to another cooking slash baking video, and today with me I have my first guest. Is like, this is the original fave after all of you, of course. Period. And today we're going to be baking some gingerbread cookies.
Christmas themed.
Yes, Christmas themed. Of course, gingerbread cookies are only Christmas themed though.
Okay.
But we're going to be baking some gingerbread cookies, and right about now I'll be showing you all the ingredients we'll use. So if you're not too tired, come along with us. So for this recipe, we'll be using 1 medium egg. We'll be using unsalted butter. This is 250 grams. We'll also be using some flour. That's baking flour, some brown sugar, regular granulated sugar. We'll also be needing some salt. We just need a pinch of that. Then this is coloring for our icing. We'll be using some bicarbonate of soda, which is absolutely optional. You could switch for baking powder. We'll also be using some ginger, some cinnamon, and some cloves, all in powder form. And then this is our cookie cutter, Christmas themed cookie cutter. Okay, and then to start off the process, we'll just melt our butter. This was really rock hard because I just brought it out from the fridge. So I needed to melt first, before incorporating it into our dry ingredients. And then for the dry ingredients, you just need to put our flour in here. The exact measurements of everything that I used, you will find in the caption of this video, so please do well to check that out. This is my hardworking guest on the show who was showing you the brown sugar that I used. Like I said earlier, you could switch your bicarbonate of soda for which that's what I just added now, for baking powder. All you need really is one leavening option or alternative to help the texture of your cookies be as fluffy as possible. Okay, so either baking soda, which is also bicarbonate of soda, or baking powder would help you achieve this. Okay, at this point I was almost done putting together all of my dry ingredients, and then last thing that I was going to do was just stir this together, add my egg, which my niece helped me with, and then pour the now cool butter over it, and then give all of this a mix with my hands. If you're not too comfortable doing it with your bare hands, you could wear gloves or you could use a mixer, but I would always advise that you use your hands so that you can get the exact texture that you want. Okay. Once you're done mixing it all together, you want it to, have this breadcrumbs texture just at this point here. And then you can then start to put it together. If you feel like it's a bit too crumbly, or falling apart a bit too much, and you feel like it will not take form when you start cutting, please add just 2 tablespoons of milk, liquid milk. Add it to your mixture, mix again, and then you should be able to put that together. Okay. Here I was just molding and trying to get everything into one ball, as you can see here, and then I was going to put this in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour, just to have it harden a bit before we proceed with our cutting process. This had been in the fridge for an hour, and you could see how hard it was, and it was ready for us to start cutting. I'm just going to divide this into 4 equal halves, and then put underneath, I forgot to mention, I just put a underneath I had put a baking sheet. You could use this on plain surface if you prefer that, but I wanted it, I didn't want to make a mess, so I put a baking sheet underneath, put the dough on top, and then I put another baking sheet on over it, and just press that down because at this point it's really hard. and then started to knead with my rolling pin. What you're really just trying to do here is flatten the dough, to the point where you can now use your cookie cutters to cut, and, everything just fits perfectly well. Remember not to over flatten this, because your cookies need about 1/4 thickness, just so that it doesn't burn quickly in the oven, and then obviously it maintains that crunchiness, just like I'm showing you here. So be sure not to over flatten your dough when you're doing your rolling your pin over it. And then at any point that it gets too sticky, please don't also be afraid to use flour. I was trying to be as tidy as possible here, but please put flour on your rolling pin, put flour on the dough itself, put flour on your hands. Just make sure your dough is not too sticky, so that you can get your desired shapes. I was just going to repeat the same process for other shapes that I was going to be making. And lest I forget, while I was working on this part of the dough that I'd cut out, I put the remaining in the fridge just so that it didn't lose the coolness. At this point, we were done cutting all of our cookies, and these were the shapes that we got: a reindeer, Santa, the socks, and the star and tree. And I was just going to throw this into my preheated oven at 200 degrees. I set that at 200 degrees, and I baked for 8 minutes. You could do 8 to 10 minutes. Depending on the size and amount of cookies that you were doing. And yeah, brought that out, let it cool down, and then we started to decorate. This decoration, oh we should have just left it, honestly, because we tried to do gingerbread cookies decoration but ended up doing gingerbread monster decorations. Watch how we couldn't even do a proper reveal. And this is a product. Please don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about what the icing looks like. It tastes better than it looks. Okay. Yes. We're done with our cookies, and this is what it looks like. Honestly, don't worry about the icing on it. It tastes really good. Yeah? Let's try that out. Oh no. Anyways, I decided that decoration is not for me. Would you be trying this out? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until my next video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have yourself a Merry Christmas.